Thank you for joining us tonight for Trees for Houston's 27th annual Root Ball presented by Phillips 66. We regret not being able to gather tonight under the trees at the Bayou Club, but we do hope that wherever you are tonight brings you comfort and joy as we celebrate trees. I'm Barry Ward, and for the last 14 years, I've had the pleasure of serving as Trees for Houston's Executive Director. Although this past year has been particularly challenging for each of us in many different ways, I am proud of the way Trees for Houston was able to pivot in order to continue fulfilling our mission. For some of you who might be joining us virtually, this might be your first Root Ball, and I certainly hope it won't be your last. For others, you may have attended Root Balls of years past where we've enjoyed visiting and sharing a meal under these beautiful trees. The best part about our evening, I think, is this time we share visiting with other tree-minded Houstonians. Even virtually, we're going to honor our commitment to making our program short and sweet. Before I share with you some of the highlights of this past year, though, I would like to take a minute to thank some very important people and institutions that have made this event possible. First, I'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, Phillips 66. They've been a wonderful partner for years, supporting our mission with time, talent, and of course, financial support. In addition to supporting this event every year, Phillips 66 plants trees at a local elementary school, providing shade for generations to come. Thank you so much for that continued support. Thank you to Marathon Oil for sponsoring the curbside meal pickup tonight. They've wonderfully packaged meals and wine that are sure to be enjoyed by all. Wines served at this year's Root Ball were partially underwritten by Beck's Prime, another longtime supporter for Trees for Houston. And thank you so much to board members Rudina Basiri, Olive Hughes, and Bobby Ingram for helping with many special details of this year's hybrid event. I'd also like to thank our dedicated board of directors and advisors. This group of Houstonians comes from a variety of backgrounds and areas of interest, but they are all united in one common goal, and that is to plant more trees across the Houston area. Their talents have been instrumental in our continued success. Lastly, I'm so thankful for the support of all of our generous donors joining us virtually this year. Because of you, we were able to fulfill our mission by planting more than 20,000 trees last year. I hope you enjoy the next portion of this video that showcases the work we've done this planting season. We have outstanding community partners and supporters that we've collaborated with us in many unique ways throughout this past year, and they have contributed substantially to another successful year. Trees for Houston has been serving our area since 1983, giving away and planting hundreds of thousands of trees. While 2020 has been a challenging year, we organizationally have been very active and committed to continuing fulfillment of our mission, taking care of the tree farms, distributing trees, planting with greatly reduced volunteer presence, but planting nonetheless. We've taken advantage of this lull in activity to move ahead with plans for expansion. That expansion has led us to contact-free distribution events where we have already distributed tens of thousands of trees all over the greater Houston area at free pickups in different locations, as well as at a piece of property we are in the process of acquiring on 34th Street. As a result, we're getting trees on an average to about 55 different zip codes at every single tree distribution event we're doing. So the grassroots component of this, the egalitarian component of this in terms of where trees and tree resources are going has been greatly expanded during this time. One of the crucial components of making this successful is not just having our own place from which we can distribute trees, but locations all around the greater Houston area. H-E-B and the Joe V's chain of stores have partnered with us to allow us to use their space in areas where it might be more difficult to find a local area that is efficient for us to get these trees out.
Hi, my name is Vicki Luna, Public Affairs Specialist at H-E-B. At H-E-B, we have 5 formats: H-E-B, Joe V's, Mi Tienda, Central Market, and Favor. At Joe V Smart Shop, we offer fresh produce, a great shopping experience, and incredibly low prices. We believe that our work to care for the environment not only makes us a better neighbor, but it helps us to serve the community better. Through our partnership with Trees for Houston, we are doing our part to save the planet. Our customers love the free trees that we've been doing at these giveaways. The trees that we are distributing are providing better shade, beautification, flood control, and cleaner air. And the customers see that Trees for Houston is set up outside giving away free trees. They're in shock and they're excited. It's an opportunity for them to beautify their homes and do things together as a family while also doing our part to save the planet. Thank you, Trees for Houston, for all that you're doing to help our community and to make it a better place.
While this expansion in distribution has been great for us and is a crucial part of our future, we continue to have a huge impact on the city in terms of planting schools, planting parks, planting esplanades and streetscapes. That has always been at the core of our mission and will continue to be with the support of both individuals and corporate entities.
Environment and sustainability is a core focus area for Phillips 66 in terms of philanthropy, community, and volunteerism. And we are grateful for the partnership with Trees for Houston. We are back at Deschamps Elementary for a second year to continue our work on their campus. It is wonderful to see the children's smiling faces and to hear their thank yous. It really connects us to what this is all about. It's about beautification, it's about sustainability, it's about the environment, but it is about so much more. It is about the joy, the happiness, the pride that the children feel for their school, for their community, and for their hometown. Phillips 66 is grateful for the partnership with Trees for Houston, and we look forward to continuing along the journey and supporting the mission to protect, plant, and promote trees. Thank you for the partnership and the opportunity.
One of the more successful recent examples of it is our partnership with various folks in the 5th Ward.
Our district basically covers a large variety from Crosby, Texas, all the way to 5th Ward. So our district has very wealthy and very poor. About 3 years ago, the late President, Ms. Marilyn Whitaker, she met with me and she had a strong desire to beautify her community. And what she asked me was that, Abner, do you think it's possible if we could have trees planted along the Mesa Boulevard? So we reached out to the city. We told them what we wanted to do and what it was going to take. Well, it was a little bit out of the city's budget. So that project kind of died off. We got a call from Barry Ward, who was the executive director of Trees for Houston. I had never talked to him. I've never met him. He just called me out of the blue. And he asked me, he said, "Are you still interested in that project of planting trees on Mesa?" I said, "Absolutely, but I'm just letting you know we cannot afford it." So I was trying to end the conversation. But Barry was persistent, said, "No, we'll work with you. Let us know what we can do." That to us was a miracle, and we just are so grateful that Trees for Houston came through, because nobody believed it was gonna happen, even until the day the first tree was planted. They still didn't believe. We really wanna thank Trees for Houston and Barry Ward for making this dream come true.
Trees for Houston, much like Houston in general, is at an inflection point. The need for our services and our trees is greater than ever. Demand is higher than ever. We are at a time where we really need to expand what we do and how we do it. And we appreciate your past support, and we really look forward to having you on board as we move into the future.
Hello everyone, I'm Christopher Stewart, President of the Trees for Houston Board of Directors. I've been fortunate to be involved with Trees for Houston for the past 6 years. When I decided to pursue a career in architecture, my key driver was really making the human environment more compelling, more beautiful. And obviously a large part of that is engaging with the natural environment, and trees are a big part of it. And that's why I'm so proud of the work that Trees for Houston does, doing everything we can to make Houston a much more beautiful and compelling place. I'm so excited for the future of Trees for Houston. This past year has taught us that we all need to be resilient, and we also need to be creative if we want to achieve our goals. We've developed some interesting strategies to do our very simple mission, which is to get more trees in the ground and more trees in the hands of people and enhance the quality of the environment of the city we love. By joining us for this year's event, from your place, wherever you are, you're supporting our mission, and we hope that you will share our story, our resources with your family, friends, colleagues, and neighbors. Traditionally, our paddle raise is a great opportunity for guests to support this event. Because we aren't together, and this has been a challenging year in many ways, we have a modest goal for this year's appeal. Gifts of any size will make a difference. If you'd like to give additional funds to Trees for Houston, we have an easy way for you to do that. Tax-deductible donations of any amount help us continue to plant trees and to beautify the city that we all love. The Make a Difference section of this event page highlights the impact your gift can make. So what can Trees for Houston do with $40,000? Well, we could plant 400 5-foot trees, or we could plant 25 trees at 7 local schools. Or we can host 10 tree giveaways. We could grow 4,000 seedlings into larger trees, or we could water 400 trees for 2 years. You can join the guests attending Root Ball in person by sending a text message to the number 91999. Then, in the message, type in Root Ball. We'd love to acknowledge your gift as we get closer to our goal. However, you can also choose to be listed anonymously if you don't want your name to show on the event giving page. All donors to our appeal will be entered to win one of 5 $500 gift cards to Zadok Jewelers. We greatly appreciate Zadok Jewelers. They generously donate a sapling tree in honor of every engagement ring purchased. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, for supporting our simple but impactful mission, and for sharing our commitment to making Houston a more livable and more beautiful city.
Thank you for your leadership, Chris, and thank you all for your continued generosity and support. And until we meet again, please remember that Trees for Houston is transforming our city one tree at a time.